We're here with Fox Sports presenter and GP legend Kevin McGee to get his opinion on the new Harley-Davidson Sportster S. And it's a new era for the Marquis's longest running model, which was first started in 1957. So now that you've ridden it, you've gone on the launch, what's your first impression?
It's really good because it's got a bit more than I thought, or a fair bit more than I thought, engine-wise. Really torquey, and cornering's pretty good actually. You can go for a bit of a punt on it rather than having to sort of
Ground clearance is pretty good.
Yeah,
yep.
Haven't touched anything so far, so good. So
you haven't been going hard enough, mate.
They'll be happy with me because I didn't scratch it.
Yeah. And obviously one of the key elements is the Revolution Max 1250 motor, and it actually, it's got a lot of grunt, as you just said, but it's got a different sound.
Yeah, I know. I had a Harley for 6 years. I had a Fat Boy for 6 years, so I sort of understand that older design, I guess. And this one's just got a totally different rumble to it. It's quite different.
And power, it's all through the power, like the rev range.
Yeah, wherever you want.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to call it a Sportster, isn't it? It's very different to what they've sort of produced before. But also adjustable shower suspension front and rear. That's important. You can set it up to sort of your... Absolutely,
because from the racing days, you want to tailor it to what you like, as far as suspension movement goes, and if you know a little bit about it, you can make a big difference to a bike with that.
Yeah. And the styling's quite different too. I mean, it's a bit of a mix and match, isn't it? I mean, you've got like that dirt tracker sort of tail section, and then like the big sort of chunky front end, like a Fat Bob sort of, with a big front wheel and that. And how does that handle?
It's pretty good. The front it's sort of different because I've been riding, of all things, Pugs a Postie, so it's a little bit different with the Malvern Star width tyres on it compared to that one. But on the launch we got it in a bit of rain as well, and it was actually surprisingly good in that. I sort of went into that a bit tentative because of the wet, but it was way better than I expected it to be.
And then talking about that, I mean, in the rain and everything, I mean, you've got the modern touches now with the 3 different ride modes. You've obviously got road, sport and rain. Yeah. That makes a big difference too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Especially for less experienced riders, you can tone it down a little bit and you don't get surprised by anything. So that's a good safety aspect too.
One other thing too, it's got the 4 controls, which gives you a lot more leg room, but for sort of let's say vertically challenged riders, you can set up the mid mounts.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to try, because I kept looking for the foot peg every time I was taken off, and that's right, it's up the front again. But just not used to that part. But it'd be good to ride one with the mid mounts. Actually, I reckon that'd suit me better because I'm obviously used to rear sets and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I really love the styling of the front end with this sort of, the LED headlight. You don't get that like headlight in the nacelle that you're looking at. You sort of see a lot of the front wheel.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of fairly flush too. It doesn't really stick out like a typical headlight. And it was quite funny on the launch because I thought there was a different bike behind me. Who's riding this different model? But it's just the way the LED shaped inside the light itself. Yeah,
because they do look alright, sort of looking from the front. So, in summary, what do you think? Would you buy one, or if they gave you one, it's even better.
I seriously need to spend more time on it, get a better feel for it. As I said, I had the Fat Boy for 6 years and loved every minute of it until it annoyed me one day, and then
it was enough.
I got rid of it. Yeah, so I bought something else.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's come a long way. I mean, like I said, it's sort of different to call that a Sportster because it's very far cry from the sporties that have been in production since 1957, but it's still a good step forward. I mean, Harley-Davidson are really, like I said earlier, stepping into a new era because they brought out the Live Wire, then the Pan America, and of course this is the motor from the Pan America, obviously in development and everything, and it's been sort of toned down to give it a bit more grunt. Don't quote me, Rob, but it's about 120 horsepower to about 150 for the Pan America. The other thing I noticed too is you don't get a lot of heat from the pipes, but you do get a bit of heat from the rear cylinder.
I was just going to say that you get a little bit from the rear cylinder, but that's what's really good about the water cooling because it gets rid of most of it at the radiator. and then it sort of disperses more evenly over both sides, and you know, that's a good thing about the water cooling instead of the previous air cooling. So that's one definite advantage with it.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because I mean, obviously this is, you know, it's the demise of the air-cooled Sportster, and but they've got the radiator sort of integrated in there well. It looks good.
Yeah, doesn't stick out like a sore thumb like some of them do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, mate, thanks for your time. Good on you, buddy, and
cheers, Pugs.
Have a good ride.